Hey everyone, I'm Josh, and on this video I'm going to be heading up into the mountains to do some hot tent camping, some hunting, and something new on this channel, some oil painting. So stick around, I think it turned out pretty good. That ought to be interesting. I just saw the hill up ahead. Oh my gosh. Whoever told me that there wasn't enough snow for snow machining was wrong. The camera doesn't really pick up how big this hill is. At least it won't be cold. I switched to POV mode. Well, not really, but I don't have time to be running up and down these hills. It's already been 30 minutes and I'm not even really anything. I'm 0.0 into the trail pretty much. And I know I've got at least a mile before it levels out. Oh. That's all ice. This will give me more traction, in theory. Oh. Got myself on the ice. Not even a half hour into this trip. What's making this more difficult is obviously in the summer this thing floods, so the middle is like a V, so you can't really walk in it. What's the point of all my hours I spend in the gym if I can't even get up a lousy hill? This was supposed to be a 10-mile hike today. That's not happening. No, no, no. Yes, it's flat. Beyond here is hundreds of miles of trails that do not come in contact with a single person. There's a house right there. Oh my gosh. And I'm having a bit of a reconsideration of how far I want to go, because if you'll notice, not a lot of dead trees. And I have a hot tent which requires dead wood. I do know one thing, is that if I can find like swampy areas, there's generally dead trees near the edge. Something with the way the swamps affect the root system, I think, but yeah. Also, no birch trees. Very interesting. food, extra clothes. There's the tent. I always like to bring one of the foam one if I can on top of my, well, I guess below my inflatable, because I've had inflatables pop on me before. Lunchtime. Now time to go look for those dead trees. Get this fire going. This is one of the trees I saw when I was walking by. And I also just discovered that there's open water right here. This tree honestly might be too big, but it looks pretty dead, so shouldn't have too tough a time splitting it. We'll see. Oh, come on. I just fell through the ice there and covered in mud, and my boots are soaked. What's funny is I just read Jack London's To Build a Fire, because people kept commenting it, and I was like, what is this? And he falls through and gets his feet wet. Only difference is it was negative 50 or 60 in his story, and it's like 30 degrees today, so I'm alright. But if you haven't read it, I do recommend it. It's very good. Got about 2 hours till sunset, so making good time. My theory is once I break the line across, it should split. I've got a different axe on its way that has like an extender handle. I was hoping to get by one more trip without a full axe. Look at that. I was hoping that when I got up here I was going to be able to find all those little black spruce trees, which are maybe like 3 inches wide. And those I wouldn't have needed a big axe, but every new place is a learning experience, so. This is fat wood. Learned from my previous video. I've got about an hour left of daylight, I'd hoped to go hunting. Perhaps tomorrow. It is significantly warmer in this tent with this fire going. Outside it's 30 degrees. Inside 58. The sun has officially set. It's 4 o'clock, and I will see the sun in 18 hours at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Welcome to Cooking with Josh. Uh-oh. Two birds. This is pretty much my go-to every morning. I just had some extras in the fridge I wanted to get rid of. So tonight is Brinner. Breakfast for dinner. I usually add salsa. Are you really hot tent camping if you don't bring hot cocoa? Quote me. It's 7:30. I'll read a little bit of this book and catch up on some much needed sleep. I gotta be the coziest dude within miles, easily, without a doubt. Morning. I'm warm, I'm dry, no complaints. I'm about to be full. It got down to, it was 22 this morning when I woke up inside the tent. Right now it's 60. Man, regardless if I even get anything on my hunt today, this is just the coolest. I saw a ton of moose tracks on my hike in. So it'd be really cool to see a moose this morning. I can't shoot it, obviously. This is just a 22, but so they're also not in season. But it'd be really cool to see one. What I'm here for is grouse, though. And grouse, typically in the morning, they'll nest in like a snowbank on the ground, and then they'll fly up to the trees, to the top of the spruce trees. So that's where I'll be looking. But yeah, just seeing a moose would be really cool too. I need to know where to hunt this upcoming season. Scanning for grouse. I may not shoot a grouse today, but I am going to shoot some good B-roll. I don't want to shoot a squirrel. There he is. Oh, I could get you so good. No sense in killing him. We're not going to eat him. here is a snowshoe hare. And they were going, I bet, for these the high bush cranberries. If I had a snare, I would set something right here, because you can see there's a bunch of them. I could also shoot one of those. I forgot about that. That'd be a really good dinner. This is really cool to see out here. I've seen it before, but right now it's more relevant to me because I'm getting ready for trapping at the cabin this year. I'm getting my traps boiled and doing all the steps. My dad, he's also helping me. He's excited. He grew up trapping, so we're gonna go out to the cabin this winter and try it out. Alright, well, I've been walking around for about 2 hours now and I haven't seen anything but that squirrel. So I'm gonna head back and start on the other thing, which I'll be doing a lot more of this winter, which is painting. I've fought it for far too long, but I do like to paint. I like to make things. Okay. $20 on Amazon. $5 Michael's. Cardboard box, free. I think this is a 6x8 panel. Oops. I pre-toned it with just a little bit of yellow ochre. These are my brushes. Some flats, some filberts. I think it's hog hair, some of them, and then some are like the synthetics. And then just linseed oil and a shot glass I'll pour it in. That's the setup. This is so cool, actually. Titanium white, cad yellow light, yellow ochre, cad red medium, ultramarine blue, viridian green, burnt sienna, and ivory black. Alright, let's get to it. Light changes fast. I'll draw up my sketch real quick. I gotta think about how I want this composition here. Alright, there's my sketch. I need to put gloves on. Alright, so I've mixed my colors. I've got a light, medium, and a dark. And I want to get in and out of these mountains as quick as I can because that's where the light's going to change the most. And right now, it's kind of difficult because it's a pretty flat light. So the mountain doesn't have a lot of shadow on it. So I'm just going to kind of imagine the sun is at a certain point and I'll add my own, which is tricky. And I'll start with my darks first. I want to get my shadows in. I'm having to use a lot of linseed oil just because it's so cold out. I only started painting with oils a couple months ago. I wish I had done it sooner. I really do, because it's just so much easier to work with than acrylic. I don't want a straight line down there, that's not... Oh, there's the sun. Thanks for showing up, bud. Alright, well, I scrubbed it. I was adding too many details. my fire also went out, so I got that going again. Once I get the shape locked in, I feel like it's easier to paint the mountain, you know. Now the mountains are done. That is way better than what we had. Now, how do I add these trees in here without being too crazy? That light effect will only last for like 10 minutes, but man, that's a painting right there. Yeah, what a place. All right, stretch time over. Did not realize we were losing daylight this fast. Rushing to the finish here, folks. I really don't like that. I'm too cold. I'm starting to shiver. Well, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. All right. For a 6x8 Alla Prima in these conditions, I'm pleased. I'm glad I changed the mountains. I screwed up the composition though on these trees. I ended up bringing them in too close. Learn more for next time. Ugh. I'm gonna get this fire going now. The secret fire starter. My extra linseed oil. Oh yep, that's gonna go up. I think I'm gonna start doing more painting on either this channel or I might start a second one. I don't know, depending on what you guys think. But yeah, it's just something I've never really fully pursued, and I kind of want to now. I've got that bug. I just think it's so cool to think back to the old masters that would go on expeditions and hunt and fish and live off the land, and at the end of it they have captured it with really cool paintings. I'm not going to sell any of them right now. I want to wait till I get a little better. And I'd like to make them bigger too. None of like the small little practice ones. I like the big paintings. Anyways, yeah, I don't know. Good talk. Good night, everybody. Today was a great day. Tomorrow I'm going to do a little more hunting on the way out of here. There's a different trail that I can take that heads down the other side of this mountain. So, we'll see what we can find. See you in 12 hours. Alright, let's see if we can't find something on our way out of here. This new trail is, I guess the descent starts pretty immediately, so I got to hunt a little bit, but pulling this sled is quite difficult. So I'm gonna put the gun away, and if I see anything I can stop and probably take the gun out. Grouse are actually surprisingly stupid. They'll just hang out. No offense to any grouse watching.